AI video looks like slop unless you do these three things that I'm about to show you. I'm Joseph Martin, and I'm going to deconstruct this cinematic sequence and show you the 3-layer stack that I used to build it. Number 1, the brain, how I wrote it all with AI. Number 2, the eye, how I generated the visuals in Higgsfield. And number 3, the hands, which is how I used video editing to tie it all together. The single biggest mistake that people make is skipping the brain. They jump straight to generating cool images, but they really have no story behind it. I use Gemini to do this. You can also use ChatGPT or Claude if you want to, but I don't use it to write the entire script. I just use it to structure my thoughts. Here's the exact prompt that I used for this video. Pause the screen if you want to copy it. Help me generate prompts for a cinematic video sequence of a cowboy exiting an old saloon in the Wild West. He walks into the dusty road and gets into a standoff with a villain. Do not generate images, give me prompts that I can use to generate images for a storyboard later. This is what it gave me. These prompts are actually really impressive, but they still need some work. One key to getting consistent looks across all of your video generations is to include camera and lens information, the kind of thing that a DP on a film set uses. So I'll ask Gemini to add that info with this prompt. Add detailed camera and lens information at the end of each prompt. Each shot should use a diffusion filter and appropriate lens focal lengths for the shot type. That's better, but it's still not perfect. I took this output, copied it into a Google Doc, and then did a manual pass adding details and camera settings that match each other and my overall vision for the scene. Basically, AI is the architect, but you are the interior designer. Don't skip the rewrite. Now for the visuals. I used 2 different models for this video because they each have different superpowers. Let's look at exactly how I made the opening shot for the Western standoff sequence in the intro. First, I went to Higgsfield AI. This is my favorite site for accessing multiple AI models in one place. We'll start with image generation, and then we'll turn those images into videos. It's important that we do it in this order because even though you can generate video directly from text, using images as the starting point provides much better consistency across all of your shots. It's also cheaper. While we have some solid prompts for video generation, AI can still be really unpredictable, so generating images as opposed to videos enables us to create dozens of options much more quickly while using less credits. First, I selected my favorite image gen model, Kling 01, and then I copied our prompt and generated it into a number of different images. This one right here is my favorite. However, this is sort of mid-action. I want the shot to begin with the cowboy opening the doors, so let's edit this image and use Nano Banana to go back in time to the moment before the doors were opened. This one right here looks good. Now that we have our images for the first shot, let's move over to our second tool, the video generator. For visual consistency and greater control, we need to select a model that has start and end frame capabilities. I tried VO3 at first, but it just didn't give me a good result, so I've settled on Seedance 1.5 Pro as the best option currently available. Once Seedance is selected, we'll import our 2 images, the start frame with the doors closed and the end frame with the doors open. Copy and paste our prompt again, generate, and just like that, our first shot is complete. Go back and watch that shot one more time. It may still look a little bit rough right now, but I'm gonna repeat these same steps for all the other shots that we're using in the movie, and then we'll dive into the most important final step where everything gets polished. Now for the real magic. I use DaVinci Resolve to edit all of my videos. It's a professional software, but it has a super capable free version as well. I highly recommend that you check DaVinci out, but Premiere Pro or Desktop CapCut work as well. Just don't try to edit on your phone or something. You need the precision of a mouse. Here's the timeline of this video. Let me show you the 3 important edits that I made to make it watchable. Number 1, manual trimming. AI videos are hardly ever ready to go right out of the box. Once I have all of my clips together, I'll go through and I'll trim the edges up to make them flow from one to the other with proper timing. Sometimes there's weird glitches in the generations that you'll want to trim out as well. The first pass through tightens everything up and gives us our first look at the assembled story. Next up, we need to add sound effects and music. This is where things really come together. It's been said great videos are like 60% due to good audio, and personally, I would up that to 80%. It's just way more important than you think. Now, many AI models generate their own sound effects, our shots included. These can be useful, but most of the time, you can get much higher quality ones from a music and sound effect licensing site like Epidemic Sound, which is what I'm using here. Wherever it is that you get your sound effects, just go through your whole video and add a ton. You want sounds for every footstep, door hinge, and gust of wind. Just make sure that each sound is really only as loud as seems realistic for that shot. Footsteps should be loud if we're showing a close-up of boots, but soft if it's a wide shot. Once we've laid out our atmosphere, we'll add a musical score to tie everything together. Obviously for this one, we're gonna pick something Western themed. Finally, step number 3, the final polish, which is color and effects. No matter how hard we try, it's very unlikely that every clip that you generate is gonna match up perfectly. To give each shot a consistent tone and the whole project a cinematic feel, we have to open up the color correction tool of our software. Here we can apply color adjustments to each scene so they match, and even add effects like vignette or film grain to tie everything together. You can even do something unusual. I found that I actually really liked the look of this scene in black and white, as if it were like an old Western before color TV even existed. This is the final place where you can put your creativity to work and make the final product completely your own. Now I understand that this was a quick, abbreviated version of instructions for editing, so if you want to see a true beginner deep dive on editing AI videos, I'll have that linked in the description and on screen in just a second. So let's recap the stack. Number 1, brain. Gemini for structure, which was rewritten by me. Number 2 is the eye, where I use Kling 01 for images and Seedance 1.5 Pro for video. And then number 3, the hands, which is DaVinci Resolve for manual cuts, sound layering, and color grading. The video that we just created was fake in its materials, but the intent was real, and that's the lesson. Don't let AI be the director, let AI be the camera, the set, and the microphone. You're the director, you get to decide what happens. I've linked all of the tools that I mentioned, Higgsfield, DaVinci, in the description down below. And if you want to get even better at editing, you should check out this video where I do a deep dive on editing up AI video. Until then, we'll see you in the next one.